Hello, everyone, and welcome to Medicare School Daily Live. We're happy to be here with you today. I'm Erica Smiley, and I'm here with Mr. Marvin Music. And this show is brought to you by MedicareSchool.com. If you guys aren't familiar with us and our services, we help thousands of people every month through Medicare enrollment assistance and education, just talking with people, finding out their unique situation, and making sure they're educated on all their different options on how they can use their Medicare benefits. So we're happy to have you all here today. You might have seen us on YouTube. We are the #1 educator on YouTube and the internet. So hopefully we're familiar faces. If you haven't seen us, you can go check that out as well. But we're here to take your calls live today. Any questions you have on Medicare, Social Security, we're happy to answer. But we're going to start off first with a few minutes of just some basic teaching on Medicare with Marvin.
All right, very good. Well, it is good to be with you today and with you all as well. And we're going to talk just briefly about the issue of pre-authorizations. And most of you, pre-authorizations would be something that's not new. You are familiar with them. Pre-authorizations have been around a long time. But when it comes to the Medicare system, there are differences for sure in how the different plans handle pre-authorizations. And so when someone goes on Medicare, they really only have two options. We have an option to stay enrolled in Medicare A and B and then get a supplemental plan to fill in the financial gaps that Medicare does not cover. That's one system. The other one is to do an Advantage plan, which is a private health insurance company that then puts together a managed care plan. So in one system, the government, you're in the government system, it's overseeing the care, paying the bills, and very much involved in everything that goes on in that A and B and Med Sup system. Advantage is totally different. The private health insurance company now is pretty much dictating things, and you're following underneath their set of rules instead of the Medicare rules. And so those are the two systems. And so a lot of differences, and one of those is definitely pre-authorizations. And the reason for that is because when the Medicare Advantage system began back in 2003 range, they introduced them late 90s, but they really started going in the early 2000s. The government decided that they would give the insurance companies the right of pre-authorization, meaning they could set some rules for certain services that the insurance company had the final say-so, that final approval before someone could get a certain service. Now, there's things that don't have pre-authorizations. Certainly someone can go see a primary care doctor, a specialist, and get some general lab work. Those kind of things don't have pre-authorizations. But in the Medicare Advantage system, there are many things that do. You will not get an MRI or a CAT scan or a PET scan or any kind of a surgery, inpatient or outpatient, a skilled nursing stay. All those things are going to require pre-authorization, which means in the Medicare Advantage system, the doctor makes a recommendation, and that's it. Doctor does not have the final say-so. The insurance company does. And so what happens with the Medicare Advantage system is doctor recommends, and then the doc's office really has to prove why this person needs this particular healthcare service. And so paperwork, of course, is submitted electronically, and then someone's going to evaluate it to see if they agree with the doctor. What's interesting to me is it's frustrating because you have a doctor who has been 8+ years in medical school, says we need this, and you have somebody sitting in a cubicle that is basically an administrator that is going to make the final decision, so who's practicing medicine? But that's how it works in the Advantage system. And so we've had plenty of clients that needed a knee replacement. Doctor says knee replacement, and the insurance company says, no, we want you to go to therapy first for 9 months. Or someone needs a hip replacement. I've had this happen a few times. Doc says we need a full hip replacement. Advantage plan says, no, we'll pay for a rod only. And so because they have the power of the purse, they're the ones ultimately deciding whether someone's going to get that. Now, I don't want to give the impression that they don't approve things, because they do, but there's plenty of times they don't. Or they'll get pushback, they'll delay, and that can be very annoying. And statistically right now, they say it's about 27% of all services needed on the Advantage plans are going to have to be pre-approved. Hopefully you get it, but you're not sure of that. And so that's the system for Advantage plans. So as we compare that to original Medicare and supplemental plans can never put a pre-authorization on anything. So the way it works here is if the doctor says that you need it and it's a Medicare coverage service, you'll get that service because the supplemental plan can never interfere, can never delay, can never deny. If Medicare pays, they have to pay based upon the plan that you purchased. And so my point is, when we look at these two systems, if someone's concerned about those kind of things, pre-authorizations, probably going to get a supplemental plan if indeed they can afford that. And so it doesn't mean that Advantage plans are bad, because they're not bad. But when you're getting something at zero cost, folks, or very, very low cost, you have to realize there's a reason for that. And so those companies have to be able to control their costs to be able to make a profit. And if they don't make a profit, they're going to pull a plan. And so one of the ways they make profits is by having this pre-authorization right. And so it just can be annoying. And so we want to prepare people for that. If I never have a health problem, I'm never going to be annoyed by pre-authorization. I do want to add just one more thing. I know there's some talk about Medicare having pre-authorizations, and it is true. Medicare has some. Right now in all but 6 states, there are about a dozen pre-authorizations, a dozen out of 7,000 codes, so very minimal. And now in 6 states, they added another, I think, 19 different codes that's called the WISER model. So in 6 states, they're now testing a few additional pre-authorization type of services. But the majority of them, if you look at the list, you'd say that makes sense. A lot of them have to do with skin substitutes. There was a lot of abuse by providers who were providing those services when it really was not legitimate. And so the government realized the waste and abuse that was going on. They said, no, those are going to start being pre-authorization. So it really makes common sense. And by the way, all of those, which is now 29 of them, are all still pre-auth under Medicare Advantage plans anyway. So really nothing unique. So we're not comparing apples to apples when we talk about pre-authorizations. Medicare with SUPs, very, very few, very rarely is going to happen. And again, you're going to deal with them on a regular basis with Advantage plans.
Yeah.
All right. So hopefully that helps. We'd be glad to take your questions now. Anything that you want to talk about in regards to Medicare, Social Security, we'll try to help you today.
Yeah, and if you want to be on the show, we have the number here on the screen. You can call in now. It's 833-824-2004. And we're going to be here every Monday through Thursday at 10:30 Central Standard Time. So hopefully we'll get to talk to you today. If we miss your call, you can give us a call again tomorrow. So, all right, let's go to our first caller. Hello, and welcome to Medicare School Daily Live. Who do we have on the line with us?
My name is Jana. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today, Jana?
Hi, Jana.
I'm doing good.
And what state are you calling us from today?
Kentucky.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, welcome. We're happy to have you on. And what questions do you have for us?
Well, first of all, I got to tell you, my husband has been watching you guys for a year and a half. It's getting time for Medicare in November for him.
Sounds like he's done his homework. He's done his homework, so that's good.
Yes, and so I just have a couple quick questions. I am already claiming Social Security, and I will be 65 in August, and he's still working and is not claiming Social Security benefits, and he does turn 65 in November, and we are currently on COBRA because his employer he is working for right now does not offer benefits. And so we are paying almost $1,600 for COBRA.
Wow.
And, yeah. So what he understands is that we have like a 7-month window to sign up for Medicare. And with the birthdays being 3 months apart after, like our birthdays are 3 months apart, would it be better to sign up like mine in August and his in November, or should we do it together between the 3 months or so? You know how you got the window?
Yeah.
3 months. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not going to use the window though. And the reason for that is if you go beyond August for your Medicare A and B dates, what's going to happen is you would become the first payer if you have any claim. So, Jana, you're going to go ahead and enroll. Let's see, you said August what? What's your birth date exactly in August? Okay, very good. So let's go back 3 months. So we got July, we got June, we have May. So anytime after May 1, you're going to be, well, let me back up. You already told me you're on Social Security. So here's what's going to happen. Your Medicare card is going to show up in the mail around April the 20th or maybe the 25th. It will be mailed to you. Be sure that you don't throw it away. People throw them away all the time. So your card's going to show up in the mail during the month of April, and you will be enrolled as you should be and need to be for Medicare A and B effective August the 1st. So yours is settled, and that's exactly what you want. Now, what I would do if I were in your position is this. I would want to find out, can you go ahead and drop off a COBRA? I can't imagine that the premium wouldn't, I think it's going to go down. So can you drop off a COBRA and him keep on COBRA until November? So you need to check into that. I think you'll be able to. And then I would just go ahead and get your Medicare supplemental plan or Medicare Advantage plan, whatever way you're leaning there. But you're starting August 1 of 2026. And so for your husband, same thing. Now, I'm assuming, well, let me ask you, is he planning on going back to work? Is he looking for work?
He is working.
Okay.
No, he has been working.
Okay, so why'd they put him on COBRA then?
Well, the job he was working for last year was completed in August, and April. He's working for a completely different company that does not offer benefits.
Okay.
So we want to get on D and G supplement.
Okay,
plan
that sounds good. Okay, well let's talk about his A and B. So then, same thing's going to happen for him. Now, you're saying he is not on Social Security.
No.
Okay, so then is he planning on starting Social Security sooner, or is he going to wait for a while?
No, he's going to get on it as soon as November comes.
Social Security and Medicare?
Oh, I'm sorry, Medicare, not Social Security.
So he is going to continue to delay Social Security?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's back up the clock. So we're 10, 9, 8. So what can happen for him is after August the 1st, and by the way, Janet, we'll do all this for you. When you call in and set up an appointment, our agent will take care of this for him. But his enrollment, we'll do it in August. We could do it in September. It would be fine. But he definitely wants to enroll during those 3 months prior to his birth. He's not born on the 1st, is he, of November?
No, 7th.
Okay, very good. All right. So anytime August, September would be fine, and we'll take care of that enrollment. Does he have an SSA.gov account?
No.
Okay, you need one. And they're fairly easy to set up. So you would go to SSA.gov, and if you don't have one, you should have one as well. Set one up. They're real easy to do. SSA.gov, and then they're going to give you the option to create an account. So create an account. And then what I would suggest you using, they're going to give you two options. You have login.gov and you have id.me or idme.gov. Anyways, use login.gov system. That's much simpler to use. Login.gov, and you'll give them an email address. You'll set up a password. And then anytime you want to do business with Medicare, Social Security, then we can go in there and they'll send you a code that's good for 10 minutes. It's very secure. So set that up, please, in advance, called an SSA.gov account. And then we'll be happy.
And we got it.
Oh, you do have it. Okay, very good. So what's going to happen?
I'm just so nervous.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
That's fine. Don't worry. It's all right. So, but we can take care of his A and B enrollment, and then at that same time make a decision about his plan. Now, probably what's going to happen, what I would do is whoever you set the appointment up with our company, when you call in, we can go ahead and run rates for both of you. Your policy can go into effect August 1. His would start November 1. But you'll probably go with the same plan, the same company, because you can get household discounts by doing that. And that's really the best way to go. It's the greatest value. And so we write in Kentucky, so we can really take care of everything. So as long as you have those SSA.gov accounts, you can call in, set an appointment up, and our agents will take care of everything. So you're auto-enrolled. He'll have to self-enroll, but again, we'll do that for him. Okay?
Sound
It
good?
sounds great.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like Marvin
Yes,
said, keep
and-
an eye. I was gonna say keep an eye out for your card. Your card's gonna show up mid to late April. So yeah, keep an eye out for that and make sure you don't throw that away when it comes.
Yeah, people think it's junk mail. They know, you get so much junk mail at this age. People throw them away accidentally all the time.
All right. Any other questions,
Well, that sounds
Jana?
good. Nope. And when we do, well, let me ask you one more thing then. When we do sign up, do we need to, do we have to have like any documents like birth certificates or passports or anything?
No, not at all. Not at all. We'll just have to have a Social Security number is all it takes to be able to initiate his enrollment. For you,
Okay.
because you're going to have a Medicare number, but we'll get his when we do that enrollment. And then what'll happen whenever we set up supplemental plans, you mentioned the G plan. So if you do a G or an N, then we'd have to have a routing number and a bank account number, of course, because the companies make you pay through a bank draft, which is a great system. But no, we'll take care of everything for you, and we love doing it. And there's no cost
Well, that
whatsoever to
sounds
use us,
good.
Jana. Okay.
All right. Well,
Absolutely. And thank you for everything.
Well, you're very welcome. It's our privilege. So good to talk to you today.
yeah, don't be nervous. We'll get you all set up and taken care of, but we appreciate you calling in.
All right. Thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Thanks.
Yeah, so many people, it's stressful because they're afraid they're going to make a mistake or end up getting penalties or miss a window. So
And all that's possible.
yeah. And that's
for
good
sure.
with the
Yeah.
COBRA, too. You got to make sure you get enrolled. So
Yeah, let me just add that to those of you that may be watching me interested in this. What happens is that it's all right to have COBRA insurance, but once we're 65, COBRA moves to the second payer position. And of course, these people, they're going to drop it for sure anyway. So, $1,600, that's a lot of money. But sometimes COBRA is zero cost because employers will pay for that as part of a severance package. And so people like the price, but because Medicare says that they pay first at 65, COBRA then moves to second payer position. So if someone doesn't know that and they don't enroll in Medicare, all of a sudden they're the first payers. So I've seen it happen several times, actually.
all right. So we have our next caller on the line. Hello and welcome to Medicare School Daily Live. Who do we have on the line with us?
My name is Walter.
Hi, Walter.
You want my last name?
No, we'll just give you your first name. We're going to keep you, since we're live here, Walter will be good. But where are you calling us from today, Walter?
Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York. You guys had a lot of snow up there this year?
It's snowy, a little more than what I'm used to, what I had been used to, but nothing really bad.
Yeah, it's been a bad
Cold.
winter. It's been a bad winter, but that's okay. So we're getting through it.
By the way, Walter, I'm a fan of Josh Allen. I think he's an awesome quarterback. I know
Surely is.
I know he's had some struggles getting to where he need to be, but oh boy, he's a great guy, a great quarterback. So I played quarterback in high school. I definitely was not good enough to go to college, but I did play in high school, and so I appreciate the sport a lot.
He's
I
given a
enjoy it.
compliment to somebody who's not a Kansas City Chief. That's a big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, what question?
I love the Chiefs. That's my team. But
What-
Josh Allen is an awesome guy.
You had a tough year this year.
Yeah,
We'll
we
get
did.
back to it this next season coming up. We'll see what happens.
Yes, sir.
The
I hope
Bills
so.
with the coaching changes, I think it's gonna do Josh a lot of good.
Yeah.
He
So-
needs to be picked up right now, and I think this is what's going to happen this coming year.
Good. I hope
Well,
so.
what questions
Sorry,
do you
sir.
have? What questions do you have for us on Medicare today,
Okay.
Walter?
Specifically, to make a long story short, I was in Florida up to about a year ago. I had a hurricane come through, pretty much took most of what I had. I had renter's insurance, which paid me absolutely nothing because they claimed that it was from a flood, which it wasn't, because the roof opened up, brought some water in that way, and so they called it a flood. So I got nothing for that. My sister rescued me. I went to live with her in Michigan for about a year. I moved back to Buffalo, which is where my kids are. I've been here a little over a month now. And I lost my job in Florida when I left Florida, which was probably okay because being in pain and everything, it was very difficult for me to get through a day. So now anyway, I'm in Buffalo with new Medicare, new secondary insurance. I'm wondering if there's anything I can do to get more benefit, specifically that $1,200 card I hear about that people buy groceries and pay bills and things of that nature. Is that something that I can qualify for? Am I eligible for it? Is there any way of getting on Medicaid, which I don't have a car? So that's another thing I left that was gone in Florida.
Sure.
So I don't have a car. So medical transportation, which I had in Michigan, I do not have now. Things of that nature. So anything that I can do to help me.
Yeah. What kind of plan do you have now, Walter? What do you want? As far you said you're on Medicare, but do you have some type of Advantage plan?
Medicare and my secondary is Humana.
Is Humana. Okay, very good. There is a possibility. So right now you're saying you have not applied for Medicaid in the state of New York.
That is correct.
Okay. Well,
I don't know how to even get started, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, you can find the Medicaid office in New York. I mean, they're going to have some kind of a phone number that you can call. You can also call. I'm pretty sure you can also do that through Social Security. I think they can go ahead and take applications for Medicaid as well. Every state's a little bit different, but I do know for sure there's Medicaid availability in the state of New York. I do not know what the income limits would be, but I would say it's in the neighborhood of $20,000 or less. So what's your annual income?
Well, my Social Security just went up a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's I think $21.16 per month as of this particular month. So
you're about $25,000 in Social Security. Do you have any other income besides Social Security?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, here's what I would do. I still would call state Medicaid, and even if you, in fact, probably Social Security would be best, because even if you don't qualify for Medicaid, which would then help you with your Medicare Part B as well as some cost sharing, you could still get what they call extra help. And extra help has to do with the drug component with Medicare. And so if you did qualify for that, there would be some benefit. And then what's going to happen is this: if you could get some form of Medicaid, then you would qualify for what is called a dual eligible plan. And I'm not exactly sure what plans are available in New York, but I would suspect they would probably have some dual eligible plans, and that just simply means you're dual eligible for Medicare as well as Medicaid. So these are specially designed Medicare Advantage plans for people that are receiving both of those. And they're very attractive, and they do have some additional benefit beyond just a normal Medicare Advantage plan that you're probably on right now with Humana. So what I would suggest is this: if you would like to, you can see the number on the screen. I think we have a number you can call, and one of the agents would be happy to tell you what your options are in your part of New York, because Advantage plans they're going to be varied throughout the state, but there could be a dual eligible. We call them special needs plans. So that may be something that would be good for you, and they could come with some type of a spending card that could be used for groceries or even rent, utilities. But that would be typically a Medicare, Medicaid eligibility. So we'd be happy to help you. But I do know for sure you're going to have to apply. But I was thinking that the Social Security offices will take those applications and then they forward those on to the state Medicaid. Okay, so that'd be your job, and then call us, get on our schedule, and we'll help you if we can get you on a better Medicare Advantage plan, because you're still in that period of time where you can do this. The first 3 months of every year, people can change their Medicare Advantage plans, from one to another. So you still have plenty of time to do it. We'd be happy to assist with that. Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I know you said, Walter, too, like the transportation, a lot of those plans will also offer rides to and from doctor's visits. Some of those have transportation included. So, So we're going
that would really help.
Yeah. So we're going to follow up with a text message to you. Hopefully we've got your cell phone number, and we'll text you how to get an appointment with one of our guides. And like Marvin said, they can really dig in and look at those Advantage plans or D-SNP plans up there in New York and help you out. Sound good?
Yes, it does.
Yes, and I'm sorry you went through all that. I lived down in Fort Myers, Cape Coral for about 7 years myself, and those hurricanes can really wipe you out. So I'm sorry you're dealing with that.
The universe had I figured the universe had a plan for me, and the fact that it brought me back to Buffalo, which is where my kids are, they're happier than a dog in you-know-what that I'm here.
Well, good.
The
Well,
only thing is I arrived with Band-Aids all over me, that's all, and so, I mean, but it is okay. I still think there's a plan, and as long as I can get a little bit of assistance here, I'm not looking to be taken care of, just a little bit of assistance.
Yeah,
and
improve
I'll be happy.
improve your situation. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're for you.
Yeah, we're glad you're back with family, and give us a
you.
call. Get with one of our guides. They'll get you all set up. Thanks so much, Walter.
Thank you.
Take care.
I appreciate you folks very much. Have a very good day.
You too. Take care.
All righty. All right.
Bye-bye. All right, so we got our next caller on the line. Hello and welcome to Medicare School Daily. Who do we have calling in right now?
Yeah, Brad.
Hi, Brad. How are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Great. And what state are you calling us from?
Minnesota.
Minnesota. All right. And what questions do you have for us today?
Well, so I got laid off last September, and thanks to you guys in particular, I think I talked to Marvin's son. He got me and my wife successfully signed up for Medicare and a Medicare supplement and Social Security, and I think we're all set there.
Good.
We chose a supplement, original Medicare plus a supplement plan. The draw to that was no pre-authorizations and kind of a lifetime contract. And that brings me to today. We've gotten a notice from, we chose a supplement plan from Cigna, and I understand they sent a note saying that they're being acquired by another company, HealthSpring.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess I'm kind of wondering, what does that mean for me in terms of cost, and what does that mean for me in terms of lifetime contract and anything else that you might know about it?
Sure. Yeah. Well, Brad, there should be no major changes to your situation whatsoever. I just went on Medicare in January, and I also went with Cigna. And I knew this acquisition occurred. And what happened, the company that bought them it's called Healthcare Service Corporation, HCSC, and they're really a large company. They bought them last year, paid, I think, $3.2 billion for them. So it was a huge acquisition. And so what HCSC has decided is that they were going to rebrand, and this is probably their intention all along. And so that's all they're doing. They're just rebranding. And just so you know, the HealthSpring name actually was Cigna's also. Cigna had a couple different divisions. One was called Cigna, one was called HealthSpring. So they just decided just to rebrand fully. So I'm not alarmed by that. They have a large market share. And what you and I care about on these supplemental plans is how stable will our rates be. And I think we have just as much opportunity for stability with Cigna as we would with an Aetna or United Healthcare or Mutual of Omaha or whoever. So I personally think you're in good hands. I promise you, that's who I went with. And there's other good carriers. I mean, the ones I mentioned, Aetna, United Healthcare, and Mutual of Omaha, they're fine carriers. One of the reason I went with Cigna is because I know their rates have been very competitive. That means that they're capturing a good market share. So the more market share a company has, typically the more stable those rates will be, because the larger group you have, the more the risk is spread out. And so, I didn't have a crystal ball, so I didn't know for sure who's going to be most rate stable, but I was comfortable with them. And so I do think you're in good hands. And also I want to add this. Of course, we have a large company, and we have people who call in on a regular basis that want to check their rates. And it is honestly not uncommon for people who call in, 3 years later, 5 years later, and we check rates, and their rate's still competitive. Mm-hmm. Why? Because everyone's rates will go up. Occasionally that will be different, and we're able to switch people. But I do think you really are fine. If I were you, I'd feel good about your position. So really nothing to worry about, and I hope Cigna's going to be stable. We want that, and they want that as well.
Yeah.
But no insurance company can control medical inflation. They cannot control the amount of people are getting knee replacements and hip replacements and are dealing with cancer. That's just the unknown, and that's the risk that all of us have when we have health insurance.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. So you don't see any immediate rate action because of this?
No, sir. No whatsoever. Now, most states you're going to see at least a slight increase on an annual basis because it's called the attained age policy. So you may see that, and then you'll see some group increases. But for me, to me, no alarm because of this acquisition whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And not only that, down the road, I know Minnesota is working on legislation for what they call birthday rules. And so if they become, in fact, they may already pass that, but there may be a time down the road where you can switch us up if your rate were to go up drastically, where you may be able to move and change supplemental companies, move a G to G or G to an N without any underwriting. Okay, so you do have somewhat of an exit strategy if indeed you do see some higher price increases. And Brad, you can stay in touch with us about those kind of things. If you get a big price increase, and for me, if I see anything around 10% range, that's going to have to be livable right now. I hate that, but it's just reality. But if I see a 20-30% increase, well, let's see if we can't do something. And that's what our customer service team is all about. Of course, you met with Josiah, my son, and our agents initially that take care of our new customers. They set all that up. They're well trained to do it, but they're back-to-back appointments all day long. So we encourage people that are clients, when you call in, just tell the reception team what you need, and then if you're our client, you'll be transferred to another agent, but that would be a customer service type agent, and they know how to run rates,
Sure.
Check on current quotes, and we're delighted to help you anytime you call in.
Yeah, well, that's all good to hear. I appreciate your insight on that.
Yeah, your plan's still going to cover the same, and it's still a lifetime policy, so you should be all set.
Even though the contract that they sent out has got Cigna written all over it, that it's going to transfer somehow.
Yeah, just rebranding. That's truly all it is. So, yeah, I think I got that notice as well. I think they told me the next few months I may get a new card. So, just get rid of the Cigna card and use your HealthSpring card. And in fact, I know some people internally that were still with Cigna, and I, talked to them about the acquisition. They were excited about it. They felt like there was a great company buying them, and there was going to be some changes that they were, very happy about. So I'm not concerned about it truly a bit. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Brad. We appreciate it.
Yeah, nice talking to you. Thanks for letting us serve as your broker too. We appreciate that, Brad.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Let's move on to our next caller. Hello, and welcome to Medicare School Daily Live. Who do we have calling in?
Thanks for taking my call. I'm John.
Hi, John. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
Good. And what part of the country are you calling us from?
California.
Okay.
Oh, nice. All right. So what questions do you have for us today?
So my wife and I are ditching California and would like to know about being Airbnb nomads during my entire SEP open enrollment period, possibly a little bit longer, while we were looking for somewhere to live in Tennessee or Florida. I don't want a California Plan G provider for the rest of my life. We're taking the first month of travel to Tennessee, where we booked a 1 month Airbnb address. I'm also arranging for a Tennessee PO box to receive mail. Is a future 1 month Airbnb address sufficient to establish Tennessee residency before I leave California?
Yeah, well, first off, let's kind of talk to your situation. If you were to get a policy in California, it is still portable. So once you relocated and you did have an address, you would keep the same policy, but you would fall underneath that new state's guidelines. So if you move from California to Tennessee, you're going to take that G plan or N plan, whatever you decide to get with you. So in that regard, I would be fine with a PO box. Now, what I would suggest, a couple things here. If you decide to go ahead and set up in California, and then you go to Tennessee, I wouldn't want to use a PO box as a physical address, but most of those places will actually give you a physical address. It's not just PO box. I have one. I have one on an LLC that I own, and so the post office actually gave me a regular physical address. It was their address, and it says unit whatever. So I would check into that possibility, so it's just not a PO box. But I don't think the Airbnb is a good idea at all. Let me ask you this, John. Do you all have children?
No, we don't.
You do not. Okay. If you had like a close relative, sister, brother, or anybody like that, then you could possibly use their address for a time. Are you selling a property in California?
No, we're just. It's expensive living here, and
are you sure? Okay, so you don't have a property. Okay, so you're just renting or something. I'm just trying to think about about mail being forwarded and all that kind of. Excuse me. Okay. Well, let me ask you. When's your birthday? What's your date of birth? Okay, but are you already on Medicare? Or are you still working?
No, I've stayed with my wife's insurance, and because I wanted both of us to be able to move and deal with the insurance implications.
Okay, is she close to Medicare eligibility now?
No.
So she's out of ways. Okay, all right, I understand. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're going to have to. What's her last day at work? When's the employment end date?
The end of June 30th.
Okay, so you need to start your Medicare 7-1.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have A only or just nothing?
I just signed up for A only at this point.
Okay, that's a good move. Yeah, that's a smart move if you have a good group plan. So really, what you're saying is by July 1, 2026, you need to start your Medicare. So do you think you'll be in California at that time, or is this Airbnb already set up after those dates?
I'm flexible.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like to me you're leaning towards eventually ending up in Tennessee. Would that be correct?
That'd be correct.
Okay. Well, then what I would do then is, and I've done this with several clients throughout the years, I would find a place that has a mail service that will give you a different address beyond just a P.O. box. And then I would use that Tennessee address. Tennessee is a teen-age state. Their rates are, frankly, very attractive. And then let's say you don't end up in Tennessee and you end up moving to Florida, then you would do a change of address to Florida, and then that rate would go up because Florida's a little bit higher than Tennessee. But that's the way I would handle this if I were you. I know you can do it. There's plenty of these mail services that are available that will give you something beyond just P.O. Box. That can happen, and that's what I would use.
That's what I was actually looking for.
Good, yeah, you'll be able to find it. And then, John, if you want us to help you with all that, we were at a lot of business in Tennessee. There's some good carriers there, so it's a great med sup market. Are you leaning towards a G or an N, or have you decided yet?
A G.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Now, remember this. In order for you to come into Medicare, this is that special enrollment period. So what I would do if I were you, let's back up the clock, 6/5/4. So really any time after April 1, then we would need to initiate some paperwork. Your wife's employer has to participate, but we need to initiate that paperwork after 4/1 because you cannot submit special enrollment paperwork any sooner than 90 days of the effective date. So if we know we want to start 7/1, then you need to be on our calendar or whoever you're going to use after 4/1 to get that paperwork going. Okay. Now, let me ask you this: does your wife's employer know she's going to retire?
They're offering her early retirement.
Okay, they know that. Okay, that's great. Yeah, so really, anytime after 4/1, you can get this plan moving. So that's when I'd want you to have your physical address, your mailing service address set up in Tennessee. And you're fine even if you're going to do it in May, but I wouldn't put it off much longer than that. I'd be moving in that time frame.
Great. I've already arranged for you to call me, one of your people to call me back in
good.
April already.
Okay, that's perfect. Hey, you're on top of it. Everything you're doing is correct. Now, let me ask you this: your wife's you started. I mean, you were eligible in August of 2024. So, has she been with that same employer the last couple of years? Did she change jobs or same one?
20 years.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
So we only have to have one L564. That's all. I just want to make sure, because we have to verify that you've had credible insurance at work. Her work's fine, back to age 65. So that's going to be easy to do. And we'll do all that for you. Our agent will fill the paperwork out, email it to you, and then you'll have the HR department do that. And then there's another form called a 40B that we'll do for you, and we'll request Medicare to start 7/1, and then you'll get that paperwork to your local Social Security office, and they'll make it happen. Okay? And really, as I think that through, we're going to use a Tennessee address. So what I would do then is I'd actually fax that in and mail that in. I think that's the smartest way to do that, and it's simple to do. And our agent will be able to look all that information up for you. But just to remind them that that's what you're going to do. And I wouldn't just mail it in, and I wouldn't just fax it in. I would definitely do both. Because sometimes those systems break down. But if we do both, then we rarely have a problem. Okay.
We have a Social Security office close by. Is that better to do that instead of mailing?
Well, here's the issue. I don't know. I kind of think you ought, because you're going to be leaving soon. I just think it's going to be easier if everything Medicare related would have the same address. That's all.
Do it from Tennessee.
Yeah. And what I'm saying, if you dropped it off in California and you have Tennessee address, I think that's going to be a little bit odd. And it's no problem.
Great point.
Yeah, no problem to mail it in or fax it in at all. And, we're not breaking any rules by doing this. You're not going to have an address. So we're just trying to figure out a way to, you're eligible for Medicare. You paid for it. And anyway, that's the way I would handle that. Yeah, because I know what's going to happen. That local office, they're not going to process it when they see there's, a Tennessee address on there. So, yeah, you'll be fine mailing and faxing. It'll work. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Can I ask another question?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Yeah. So I've heard that I can switch from one state or another during that 6 months. So if something, doesn't arrange right within Tennessee, if we decide to move to Florida, we can also switch the carrier. Yeah,
that you can. You have 6 months of your B date, which will be, you would have all of July, August, September, October, November, December. To be able to switch plans for sure with no underwriting. But if you decide on a G plan in Tennessee, and let's say 3 months later you decide you're going to be in Florida, you take that G plan with you to Florida, and then you of course would be re-rated, but it's still your policy, because supplemental policies can never be canceled by the carrier except for non-payment of premium. So when someone moves, they have a lot of claims, they're old, supplemental plans can never be canceled by the insurance company, except for you don't pay for it. So my point is, if you get that set up in Tennessee, you're happy with it, and we find out what the new rate's going to be in Florida or wherever you move, you just move, and they'll adjust the rate based upon where you're living, and that there'd be no reason to probably get a new one. Happy to, you may decide, hey, I want to go to Florida, and a lot of people that are in Florida get in plans. G's are a little bit more pricier than the ins, and especially in Florida. So that's kind of our top product right now for MedSup. So you may decide to do that, and we can, of course, make that happen for you, no problem.
Okay. And then about Florida, they have this birthday or attained age rule. I don't quite understand that.
Yeah, no, it's not attained age. The state of Florida is actually issue age. Tennessee would be attained age, but that just simply means this is the way that insurance companies rate their policies. Let me rephrase it. This is the way insurance companies price their policies. And there's three pricing methods. I honestly don't have time to go through all those with you right now, but I'm saying there's three pricing methods: attained age, issue age, and community rated. And the state of Florida is one of the few states that requires insurance companies to do an issue age policy. And that just simply means when you get the policy initially, whatever age you are, for you, that's going to be, you'll be what, 66, not quite 67. And so you'll be 66 years old, so that policy will be rated for a 66-year-old male. And then the only way that price can go up in the future, and it will, it can only go up when your whole group goes up. Issue age means price increases can only occur by group increases. Attained age means prices can go up a little bit every year as you attain another age. You're a year older. Issue age start higher, attained age starts lower. So hopefully that helps. But again, you and I really have no say in that. The insurance commissioners of the state decide how policies are going to be priced, and insurance companies have to follow those rules. Occasionally, we'll have a state where the state says it's up to the insurance company. But again, that's very rare. Okay, does that help?
Well,
Go ahead.
my concern was actually you always talk about being in a small group of people and the prices going up a lot quicker.
Yes, sir.
And so what I was concerned about was if I take that policy from Tennessee over to Florida, I'm in a smaller group, a small group of people. Is that a problem?
Well, in that situation, more than likely, the carrier that you're going to select is going to be a large group. And they'd have a large presence in Tennessee. They'd have a large presence in Florida. I can almost guarantee you that.
Great.
Yeah. Because
Great. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
We're
And
welcome.
I'm glad you've got an appointment set up with our team. Whether you go to Tennessee or Florida, they can help set you up with those Plan Gs. But it sounds like you guys are up for a big adventure. So safe travels, and thanks for calling in.
Nice to talk to you, John. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You guys have a good day.
Yep.
You too. Take care. You know, this is an interesting situation. I had a gentleman call in one time, and he was going to retire in an RV. And he said, where should I set up domicile? Which state's going to give me the best rate? He was ready to go and park and set up where he was going to get the best rate for that Plan G. So that's interesting.
Yeah, well, I've had several people do that with and make their residence South Dakota.
Because they're good. Best rates, yeah.
So, well, I mean, it's been attractive in the past. I don't know exactly where they are today, but I've set up a lot of people that way.
Yeah. When I retire, I'm going for weather and sunshine, not the best Plan G, but I don't know. We'll see. So, all right, we got another caller on the line. Hello, and welcome to Medicare School Daily Live. Who's calling in right now with us?
Hi, my name is Karen.
Hi, Karen. How you doing today?
Another day in paradise, thank you. How are you?
And where's Paradise? Where are you calling us from today?
Paradise, I am on my way to Nevada. Where am I currently? I'm currently in Arizona.
Oh,
I'm an over-the-road truck driver.
Oh, wow, nice.
Trying to get home.
Calling us from the road. Nice.
So home is Nevada or Arizona?
Nevada.
Okay, very good. Gotcha.
Home's in Nevada.
Okay, good.
So what questions do you have for us today?
So my question was simply, I'm turning 65 and that, getting deluged with, all these offers and all this kind of stuff. But I'm still employed and I'm still insured. And I've got like a high deductible with an HSA, which they won't let me contribute to once I'm enrolled in Medicare, Social Security, whatever. But I understood that so long as I was employed and covered by insurance, I don't actually have to enroll in Medicare or Social Security at this point.
Yeah, you're exactly right. In fact, they hope you don't. They hope you keep working. So Medicare won't be liable for you. So they make it very easy for you to come into Medicare at a later date. Hey, Karen, quickly, the employer, your employer, is there at least 20 people or more on the payroll?
Yes.
Okay, I figured it usually is, but I had to ask that because that's the criteria. So 20 or more, yeah, you don't have to do anything at all with Medicare. What's your date of birth? You and I are close in age, by the way. I was born in January, 61.
Okay.
So, all right. So,
okay. Well, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, thank you. Now, so you're fine. You do not have to do anything at all with Medicare. And what I would suggest, don't even do Medicare A only if you're going to continue and can contribute to your HSA. Because once you enroll... Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was going to say, because that was really kind of what I wanted to clarify, because I had heard that, and it might possibly have been on one of your blurbs on Facebook or something like that, or somewhere else. I don't even know right this minute.
Sure.
But I was like, wait, I want to kind of verify this and make sure, because I know that if I don't sign up in time, that there's all the fines and all that kind of stuff that are possible.
Yeah, but there's no...
But my understanding was if it's a larger...
Yeah, there's no
so
penalty...
long as I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go right ahead.
Oh, I was going to say my understanding was that, so long as I'm insured and employed in a larger company, and that I have to be able to provide like 2 years of evidence prior to enrolling when I do finally enroll.
Well, yeah.
Evidence of insurance.
Yeah, well, if you work 2 more years, that would be true. So we just have to verify that you've had insurance at work back to age 65. So that's the rules. So, but Karen, let me ask you this. Let me kind of provide a little bit of protection here. If you were to select the date that you think you're going to stop driving and you're going to retire, when would that be? Just give me a month and a year.
Ballpark. I don't know. Let's go with February. What's the 5 years from now? So that'll be 31.
Yep, 2031. Okay. So let's say if that is our date. You're going to get that set up probably 3 months before you actually start your Medicare. So let's just say you're going to start February 2031. So what happens, you're probably going to enroll sometime around December of 2030, December 2030. So the day that you enroll, what's going to happen is they're going to backdate your Medicare A 6 months. 6 months from the date you enroll. So if we were to back it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's December, November, October, September, August, July, June. So in that scenario, you're going to have an A date of June 1 of 2030. June 1, 2030, which means you are fine to contribute into an HSA all the way up until May of 2030. And a lot of people hear about this 6 months rule, but they don't really understand how it works. So I'm trying to teach you when you enroll into Medicare, they're going to backdate your A date 6 months. So in that example, you'd be fine to contribute the maximum amount all the way up until May of 2030. So my point to you, don't enroll in A only. If you hear people tell you that you're going to be penalized, I promise you they do not know what they're talking about. The people that get Medicare Premium Free A, which is you because you've worked at least 10 years, we never are penalized on Medicare A. The only people penalized on A are those that have to buy A. And that's only 1% of the whole population that has to buy A. They can be penalized, but if it's zero premium, there's never a penalty. So please don't go and enroll in A only. Keep contributing to that HSA. Are you maxing it out right now? How much you putting in?
Doing the best I can right now. The HSA I'm maxing out.
Okay, good, and keep it up. Yeah, it's wonderful. And if you have a huge sum of money there one day, remember after 65, if you don't think you'll use all that money for medical, you treat it like an IRA. And they're not penalized. You'd have to, of course, pay the taxes on it, but it's really a good option after 65. So keep it up. I'd keep maxing, and you can that year you retire, you can't put the full amount in because it's prorated amount. Right. But you're fine up to May. Okay.
So up to May. Okay,
yep, that's
great.
Right.
That's what I wanted to find out. And then if I don't use it by then, can I use it for any purpose, or still just for medical after after I enroll?
After 65, you can use it for any purpose, but if you don't use it for medical, then you'd have to pay, of course, taxes on that withdrawal.
On that.
That's right, but no penalty. Penalties go away.
Excellent.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for clarifying that for me. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Karen. And if we can do anything for you down the road when you're ready, 5 or 6 years, we'd be happy to help and get all this set up for you.
Excellent. I look forward to it because I've been watching you, and I'm like, I want to talk to him.
Good.
So I was surprised to get that touch.
We're glad you called, Karen. Nice to talk to you.
And your birthday's tomorrow, right?
It is
Yeah, so happy
65
birthday.
tomorrow.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
Well, you're observant. That's really good.
Thank you.
I'm a man.
All
I'm
right.
not that observant.
All right, thanks for calling
care,
in.
Karen.
Safe travels.
Thanks for your time. You have a great day.
Bye-bye. All right, yeah, so many people are afraid. Like, I'm going to get a penalty if I don't sign up. And,
I hear it. You know,
Yeah.
it is so much misinformation.
All right, let's have our next caller. Hello, and welcome to Medicare School Daily Live. Who's on the line with us?
It's John.
Hi, John. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Great, great. Our second John. We had a second John calling in today. Where are you calling us from?
Florida.
Florida. All right. And what can we help you with? What questions do you have today?
So I have two. First is I'm 65 years old, and I know there's to be eligible for Medicare, there's that open period for 3 months before your birthday, the month of your birthday, and then 3 months after. Mm-hmm. So I'm at that, that close to that timeline, but I'm currently working. So I want to make sure I don't have to do anything if I still have commercial insurance.
Okay. Very good. Hey, John, what is your date of birth, sir?
My date of birth is in November.
Okay, November.
1961.
61?
November, yes.
Okay, is it November 1st or some other day of November? Okay, very good. Okay, just want to clarify. And the reason I ask that, because when people are born on the first day of the month, their Medicare actually starts the previous month. So we always like to be, safe in that regard. Okay, so you do not have to do anything at all with Medicare as long as your employer, are you covered by your plan or a spouse's plan?
My plan.
Okay, good. So as long as there's 20 employees on the payroll or more, then you don't have to do anything at all with Medicare. That's considered to be a large employer, and you don't have to take A, you don't have to take B. Now, are you contributing to an HSA?
I am.
Okay, good. You definitely don't want to do anything then, for sure. Now, what are you thinking about as far as future work? Are you going to work 2 more years, 5 more years? What are you thinking?
Probably within 2 more years.
2 more years. Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna address that in just a minute. What was your second question? So we know answer number 1, you don't have to do anything at all with your Medicare. You're fine. We have 20 or more. You don't have to do A, don't do B, and there's no penalties whatsoever because you're covered by group plan. What was that second question?
But I assume when I do retire, though, that I'm going to have to do something to get an open period again for me to be eligible?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's actually called special enrollment period. So when we first come into Medicare at 65, that's called the initial enrollment period, and it's just what you described. 3 months before, month of, 3 months after our 65th birth month. So once that's expired or terminated, it's over, we didn't go on Medicare, then we can get a special enrollment period, and the rules are all you have to do is continue to work or a spouse, and you're covered by a credible insurance plan, and they're all credible today, and we just have to verify that back to age 65. So as long as you keep working, you're going to be just fine. And then if you were to change jobs, that happens. You just want to make sure that you continue to have active insurance, not COBRA. It has to be active insurance. Okay?
Gotcha.
So let me give you real quickly. I don't know if you heard the last caller, but she was in kind of a similar scenario. So in regards to working 2 years, down the road, you retire, you'll enroll in Medicare usually 2 or 3 months in advance. But when you enroll into Medicare in the future, they're going to backdate your A date 6 months. And so once the A date has been established, then you, at that point in time, you should not be putting any money into your HSA. Okay. So did you hear that last caller? Did you hear me kind of walk her through that?
No, I missed that.
Okay.
I didn't, but I think I have an idea of it, and I knew
good.
it's like a 6 month thing. Yeah.
Okay. So 6 months from the date you enroll. Go ahead.
Yeah. Second question is, I currently have an autoimmune disease, and I get infusions for it, and covered by my commercial insurance today. How does it work with Medicare from an infusion standpoint?
Yeah. Well, the majority of infusions are done at a physician's office, maybe a specialty type clinic. So that is covered under Medicare Part B. Part B. So, and I'm assuming you don't self-infuse, do you?
No,
Okay.
currently I have a nurse that comes to the house and
Okay.
infuses me.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think that that'll be covered under Part B, and if you want to verify that, the best way to do that is whoever's providing that medication and that service of infusion, ask them how Medicare covers that, because they'll know for sure. But it is covered under Medicare B. I'm not sure exactly what kind of medication you're taking, but it's very common today. What you're doing. So Medicare B will pay for it, and that just simply means that Medicare pays 80% of the bill, you pay 20% of the bill, and if you get a supplemental plan, either a G or an N, then it actually would cover that full 20%.
Okay, so
Yeah,
between B and, say, a G or N, it would cover it.
Yes, it would. You have to meet a small deductible. Now, one thing I don't know, because I'm not familiar with the infusion, would have a copay with it on an N plan. I don't know that. But
Okay.
G would not for sure. The G is you meet the B deductible and you're done. And the N, it does have a $20 copay for a physician services. So I don't know if that would require that or not. If I were you, I'd be certainly finding that out. And some people go with an N because it's a little bit cheaper, but it does have a $20 copay for practitioner, physician type services. Okay?
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. Good to talk with you.
Yeah, and John, when you are ready to retire, because you're doing that special enrollment period, there's a couple forms. One called an L564 that you take to your HR department, and they're just going to sign off on that to prove that you've had coverage back to age 65. The other one's called a CMS 40B. So when you are ready to retire, set up an appointment with us, give one of our guides a call, and we can help walk you through all that.
Oh, perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. That's great. Thank you so much.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Have a great day.
You too.
You too, John. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, good calls today. But if you want to be on the show, if we didn't get to your call today, you can catch us again tomorrow. And the number is 833-824-2004 to call in. But if you're listening and you need help right now, I want to give you all a phone number because we have a lot of guides right here outside of the door. They're all experts in Medicare, and we can help people in all 50 states. So if you need to talk to a guide now, give us a call. It's 833-833-3661. And you can also always go to MedicareSchool.com and schedule an appointment with one of our guides. We're happy to help you out. But we'll be here again tomorrow, 10:30 Central Standard Time. And thanks for calling in, and we'll talk with you soon.